So this assignment is called coloring pages. This is a little bit more about selection tools. We're going to select off maybe a comic book, a black and white comic book page, and kind of put that into Photoshop, actually add color, then apply it to our goal slide that we're going to turn. Okay. So this kind of I kind of the slide here kind of show you the different things, so you can follow along with that if you want to, or the video. So this is a video I'm creating here, and you actually can go here to find different images to use. Feel free to use your own. I've just grabbed some other images to start with here that you can use. The rating scale is actually 3 is a 90, of course, 4 is a 95, and then 5 is 100. Okay, and if you add in effects, you can get a 105. And I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about it later in the video. So what you're going to do first is you're going to open up this should say like your name, Johnny Black, whatever your name is, and then hyphen coloring pages. It's very much like the other Google assignments. Okay, so you can open that up because that's what we're going to be turning in. So we're going to go back here. And these are other student examples. So you can see like, if you can't see that, you can click on this grid view here and you actually can see other students that have actually colored and filled in. Okay. So I'll close that for a minute if you can actually just go back and see there if you want. So I'm going to click on this link here, then download, like say I want to use this Noel picture. I'll right click on it and I'll choose download. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is open up Photoshop. Okay. And what I'm doing is open that image. I'm just actually clubbing its Christmas sock kind of thing. So I can open that. Okay. And there's first things that we need to do. So the first thing we want to do is make sure the image is set to RGB color. So some of them are set to like grayscale or something like that. Make sure it's set to RGB color. So what we're going to do now is we're going to unlock the background. And then what we're going to do is click on the Magic Wand tool. So this is underneath this is the different selection tool we're using. So now we go to the Magic Wand tool. It selects all of the color. So basically this all white part. There's one last thing I need to do. So these like that. So I can see here there's one little section that's not filled in. So I can go back to the brush tool and I just, if I need to, actually can make the size bigger or smaller. I think it's about right size. So I need to make that as a default to black. Change to black here for the foreground. This is the foreground color that's in front, and the square that's in back is the background color. So make sure the square in front is black. So you can just fill it in. So make sure it has a complete image there. Because later on, when you actually click there on the Magic Wand tool, it selects the entire image. So if that wasn't filled in, it will grab inside the sock. And I want to just delete that. So now I unlock the background and I hit the backspace key to delete that. So anytime you see like a little checker pattern, that means it's actually see-through. So then all you go to select and deselect. Okay. Then what I'm going to now is I create a new layer here. It's just a blank layer. So I can click on, have this highlighted layer 1. So something I can do is actually click on, it might have this gradient tool. So you can create gradients. And this plays around with the foreground background filling. So like maybe for instance, I want maybe have red as the foreground color. And the background color, so you double click there and it changes the background color. And maybe make this one a white or maybe a yellow. Yellow here. So this is basically a different kind of gradients that I can choose from. Some blacks here. But yeah, this is the basic foreground background. So this is the different colors I've chosen. And so if I want to change the different layers or different, this is actually using different kind of radial things. And so I can go here and change that. So this white dot, I like the linear one. But let's say, as long as I grab my dot, that's where it's actually going to have a nice transition. And this dot here lets me change that line where I'm actually seeing there. Okay. So that's our background. So now I click back on layer 0. Okay, and I'll actually click on that layer and make it on top so that we can see it. Okay, so then I click on the Magic Wand tool again, and I'm going to leave this stocking up here, the top of the stocking white. So I'm going to click inside here and just make that red. Oh, I also need to grab the inside, so I can click on the Shift key and see that little plus sign is underneath my Magic Wand tool, so it's adding it to it. And then Yeah, the foreground color I want is just red here. Okay, so I click OK. Now I'm actually clicking the gradient tool and actually grab the paint bucket tool. Click inside here and it's make it red, and that makes it red too. So now we can go to select and deselect here. And let's say I'm going to use that magic wand tool. You actually do it for the entire image, but let's say I want to just grab just the end here. So let's say I want to make that foreground color maybe, well, let's see, like here. Let's go to a blue. So I'm going to make that inside blue. Go to my paint bucket tool, and I click on blue. Okay. So then I'll just select that there. Okay. So now I actually need to export that. So we're going to go to File, Export, and export as quick PNG here. And then I would just save it as a Noel. Maybe a sock. Yeah. So just name it whatever you want to. It doesn't really matter what it's named, so you can know where it is. So I'll click Save here because I've saved it in downloads. Now I'm going to go back to my image, and I'll close that for a minute. I'll go back to my coloring pages that where you're turning in. So they go to second page, and then you'll put in like this insert image and upload your computer, and find in your downloads folder that sock which you saved. So you click and open, and it's going to actually now save it there. And of course, you need to put your name, everything. So, and then it's just like the other Google assignments at the very bottom here. It will say this submit button or like open attach, and it says like a submit to turn in. It's very similar to like other Google assignments. Okay, and that's finish it. Thanks for watching.